The young man has an abundance of confidence.
Taylor, better known as
Philip Taylor.
Philip, yeah, better known
my mum
as
calls me that.
the Power. And it wasn't always like that, Phil. Back in the day, you were called the Crafty Potter. Is that correct?
Sid Waddell. That's what Sid Waddell named me. That was.
And just when we talk about Sid,
yeah,
a legendary pundit.
Do you know what? When you mention Sid's name, you always smile.
Yes.
That's what I love about Sid. Every time you mention his name, even though he's gone now, I miss him. I miss him tremendously. But you still smile about him.
He just had the knack to make a dart game sound, I suppose from our point of view, like an All-Ireland final every time.
Yes.
And you just happened to be right through the whole time with him.
Yeah, more or less. Well, I think I knew Sid probably 3/4 of my life, you know.
And it's sad that he's not here.
No, bless him.
But it's great to have memories. And Sid he'll be legendary in relation to darts.
Yeah.
So, Phil, you're very welcome to Newry. You're very welcome to Destination Newry. We're delighted to have you here.
Thank you.
And the whole history of darts, and I suppose the rise of darts, that would be yourself, because the early 80s, you won the Canadian.
You can't keep blaming me for everything.
No, but great memories.
I get blamed for everything I do.
The Canadian Open, you won that in 1988.
Yes.
And then that sort of set you.
That launched my career, that did. That was the one what got me into the World Championships in 1990.
And of course, you come into that one at 125 to 1.
Yeah.
And that year, you played Russell Stewart. You beat him 3-1. Ronnie Sharp 4-2.
Yeah.
And Big Cliff Lazarenko 5-0.
Yes.
And then, of course,
6-1 in the final.
You met your big mate Eric.
Yeah. I mean, he was a good friend, but unfortunately, when you're up on the hockey, then you're not friends anymore.
That's right, because
that's the truth.
The pressure. But Phil, at that time, 1990, you beat Bristol 6-1, and that launched you on a career of, I would say, greatness.
Yeah.
16 world titles, and I suppose the numerous other awards that you've won, just maybe too many to mention. Which one stands out in your mind?
Many of them, really. I mean, the ones, believe it or not, the ones you get beaten in, like the finals that I got beat. I lost in 3 finals. So them are the ones I remember mainly. But the one tournament that always stands out in your mind is the News of the World. Because that is one of the most difficult tournament to win. You know, so only a best of 3, and it's very, very difficult to win that one.
And of course, when it is the best of 3, you just can't slip.
You can't, no, you've got to be perfect every round.
Well, to tell me this, Phil, when the darts, you know, it came from a small base, and then it grew into something massive. Like the Premier League at the moment, you're standing in front of maybe 10 to 15,000 people every night it's on. It's phenomenal.
It is. The rise is, you know, I always thought years ago that if we ever get a good promoter and a good TV and a good sponsorship, then the darts would just climb up again. But I never thought it'd climb this big, I'll be honest with you. I knew it could get big again, but never this big. Now it's worldwide now.
There's no doubt about it, and I mean, I know from our own point of view here, when we sit and watch the World Championships, it's phenomenal. The whole razzmatazz about the darts, the entrance, the dolly girls, and the whole thing, it's phenomenal.
It's unbelievable. I mean, to think 2 weeks ago I was playing in Austria, a week later I was in Gibraltar, Ireland, then I go Blackpool, and then I go Japan for a week, Singapore, Australia and Thailand, playing darts.
It's a tough life.
It's a lot of travelling. I do enjoy it. I mean, I do enjoy it.
And I mean, Phil, how do you keep yourself on top of all this?
How do you keep yourself motivated?
Yes.
Skint. Got a big family. I just enjoy it. It's my job, and then you know, I was reared up that whatever job you do, then you give it your best shot until the day you retire. That's what I'll do.
And I know when you're standing, particularly in the World Championship final, and a bit of pressure on, you know, how do you cope with the pressure? You know, maybe you've thrown a couple of bad darts, and you know yourself. How do you come back from that?
It's different now. It's different. As you get older, you get more respectful. When you're young, you really don't care about anybody or any reputations. So it's a new stage for me. You know, I'm not coping very well at the minute. So I've got to reinvent myself again. I've got to do a Roger Federer, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy. You know what I mean? You have to do. I mean, these things come along in your life. Things change.
Yeah,
especially as you get older. You know, your family grows older and they have problems in their lives. You know, so things change mentally wise. It's great when your kids are 3 and 4 years old because there's no problems. When you become 30, then it becomes problems. You know, so. It's just a matter of readjusting, really.
There's no doubt about it. And
yeah.
Tell me this: when you're up there, do you have a sports psychologist? Are you into that in any way?
No, I think I could do with one. I could do with a psycho Sid or something. You know what I mean? I could do Sid Waddell back.
Yeah. Well, here's one for you: when the pressure's on and you're feeling under pressure, just think of Sid, and he's smiling down.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
So, Phil, I know not only do you love darts, but you support Port Vale.
I do support Port Vale. Me and Robbie Williams.
That's right, and you're a good mate of Robbie's.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a young Newry lad has just signed for Port Vale.
So I believe, chuffed to bits.
We ran the given.
Really well.
Yeah. So if you're over there watching him,
I want him to do well so we can sell him to Manchester United. That's what I want.
Well, he wasn't. He was with City. And then he went.
He?
Yeah, he was with City, and he went to, I think, Hibs, and then he's gone down to Port Vale. So we wish him well. So hopefully, maybe when you're at a match and you see him playing,
I should be giving him some sticks.
Yeah, say you were down and he just come from up the road.
Yeah.
So Phil, the break from the BDO was tough on you guys. The 16 top dart throwers, you just weren't getting the money and you just weren't getting the respect that you deserved. That was a tough time on you.
Yeah, I mean, we made a pact together. You know, we stuck together, strength and force as such. Stood by ourselves. You know, believed in what we were doing. Everybody in the world thought we were nuts. And one of them was me, to be honest with you at the time, because I gambled my whole career, really. Everything I got was gambled. But it came through, you know, you've got to believe in yourself and keep pushing forward.
And then, of course, when Sky come on board, what Sky have done for darts is phenomenal. They've also taken on Gaelic now, hurling and football.
Have they?
Yeah, they have,
Good.
So they had the first football match on last Saturday.
Yeah.
And my own team was playing Armagh. So,
did they win?
Well, we drew. So you have to wish Armagh all the best for Sunday.
Yeah, I will do, yeah.
So it's, again, you know, people, this wee thing about Sky coming in to do the Gaelic, but at the same time, when we look what they've done to darts.
Sky do everything. I mean, even doing table tennis now.
Netball.
Temping bowling, netball. It's brilliant. Why not, you know?
Absolutely. And I know, Phil, that we're a wee local TV station, Destination Newry here, so, and we're delighted that you're here.
Thank you.
But tell me this, you were on Question of Sport. And you enjoyed that, of course. Again, a legendary programme.
Yeah.
How did you get on with the Jedward boys?
Jedward boys?
Yeah.
I've never met them.
Never met the Jedward boys? I thought you didn't do a wee thing with Jedward and the darts in Dublin.
I have. No, they didn't turn up.
You're lucky.
I think they were lost on a boat or something. They did something daft.
Brilliant. So we have a wee thing in here now. We do a wee Roku box. So when we're sitting now, when this goes out during the week or whatever it is, we can sit in our own room and watch this on our own TV screen. So
yes.
Brilliant. So we'll send you the wee link, and we can hopefully you can watch it no matter where you are in the world. You can watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
And just how do you keep going, Phil? That's the question. You know, you've been at the top.
I've got to repeat really the answer I said before. You know, I'm 53. I'm going to retire now, probably 57. So for the next 4 years, I'm going to try my best. But I want to win one more world title. That's what I'm after.
And all the guys
you've got to have some kind of goal in your life. You know what I mean? It's no good going through life thinking, well, this will do, because it doesn't.
You want to be the number one again.
You've got to be number one, and you've got to be the best at what you do. Otherwise, there's no point doing it.
And all the dart players that you've played, who has been the toughest opponent you've ever played against?
Yes, Dennis Priestley.
Your mate. He was your mate away back in the time.
Yeah, good friends, roomed together. But what a player. When he was on song, he was absolutely brilliant, you know. Very slow, very methodical, but very good.
And then, of course, when I think back to Jockey Wilson and guys like that, character.
Yeah, Jockey was, yeah.
But, Phil, that's not there now. It's nearly getting too serious. But then it's a business, I suppose.
I suppose it is, yeah. It's like any other sport, really. You know, football's the same now, you know. You don't see many footballers running around having smiling anymore, do you?
No,
you know?
I don't think they're enjoying it. It's all about winning.
It's all about winning, yeah. There's a lot of pressure on people now to win.
Yeah, and of course, the Premier League lifted the darts again from the big competitions, and then it came on to Sky. It has been brilliant.
Yes.
15,000 people, maybe 20,000 people in packed halls.
Getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Again, Phil, what's the atmosphere coming in?
Like a pop concert. said to Robbie, it's like one of your concerts. It really is. It's that you know, very, very noisy, very electrifying atmosphere.
So when you come up onto the stage, how do you get yourself then down to the level of being able to play the darts?
No idea. If I knew, I'd sell it. Trust me. I've no idea. You can't.
And of course, Phil, you were one of the you're the first man ever to hit a double 9-darter. 2010, I think it was, in the Premier League.
Yeah. In the final.
What did that feel like?
Fantastic.
And of course,
Because it was a close game as well. James was playing well there. So to win the game, I had to do a couple of 9-darters.
and then the next game, you hit 7 perfect darts.
Yeah, missed another one.
Missed another one.
Never mind.
But you know, I suppose from a dart player, the perfect game is the 9-darter.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah. It's like an hole-in-one in golf.
Well, you hit one here tonight.
I'm going to try.
So you don't have a sports psychologist, and of course Priestley, Part, Van Barneveld, Wade, Lewis, Van Geuren, all rivals. Who would you say is the best of them?
Who's the two? Well, there's 2 good ones now. Well, I'll say they're all good, really. Wadey's playing well again. Michael's always played well for the last 12 months at least, anyway. And then Adrian's a good little player, you know. So, but they're all good, really. You know, it's difficult to pick one out because you pick anybody on the day, you get beat, unless you're on your game, you know. I love playing them when I'm on my game. That's when.
Well, there's no doubt, Phil. You have been the best in the world.
Yeah.
16 titles.
I'm good practicing at the minute. I'm just not very good on stage at the minute.
But I think you've gone back and you've said to yourself, I'm going to reinvent myself.
Yes.
Phil Taylor will be back, and he will
back.
be roaring.
I've got more comebacks than Sylvester Stallone.
Well, he's not bad. He played in goals as well for the prisoners, and
He did, and you won.
Tell me this: are you watching the World Cup?
I am when I get the chance.
Who do you think's going to win?
I thought France were going to win, but they've just been beaten.
Oh.
We were going to have a bet on Belgium at 18-1 to get through to the semi-final and didn't. So if they get through, I'm going to be gutted. Brazil are looking good, but Germany are looking solid.
Yeah,
Solid in the back.
And they're always hard to beat.
Yeah.
Phil, I look down and I see all the awards. Player of the Year, the PDC Player of the Year 2006, 2008 to 2012. There's the best PDC Pro Tour player. Your peers have voted you the best player. And, you know, how you keep doing this, I just find it hard because I know to be the best and to be the top.
Dedication.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say...
Sacrificing your life.
Yeah. And
that's what you do. You have to do.
I
Anybody
suppose,
top of their game has had to sacrifice their life.
And then, of course, you know, the travelling's good because you come round and we were delighted to meet you. I know you were here. You played, I think, in the Mourne Country 20-odd years ago.
Yeah.
And you're back in Uri.
Yeah.
So it is a delight to have you here,
Thank
Phil.
you.
It's an absolute delight to have you as part of our
Of the TV show?
Yes, our TV show. So you have to say hello to all the folks out there in Destination Uri. It's brilliant to have you here because, as I was telling Andy here, he probably doesn't appreciate how good you are.
Oh.
And because he's a wee bit on the young side.
Aye.
But a fella of my age...
Thanks, Andy.
I have,
He's smiling anyway.
I have followed you all through your career. I never thought I would get the opportunity to talk to you. I've been delighted to meet you. It's a pleasure to have you on Destination Uri. And I suppose we have to say, before we finish, Phil, Sid Waddell, he would be looking down.
God bless him.
And he would be smiling because you're sitting here.
He wouldn't be smiling at the minute. He'd be kicking me up my backside, trust me.
And he'd be
I know
telling
exactly
you...
what he'd be doing. How are you, man?
Phil Taylor, what can I say?
You.
It has been a pleasure to have you
you
as part of Destination Uri, and hopefully we'll see you again sometime.
Well, definitely.
We will send you the link, Phil, and don't forget the local man that's playing for Port Vale.
I'll be giving him a kick as well.
Thanks a million, Phil.